let's get into the review of... Oh, by the way, in case you didn't know, I'm Dave.
And I'm Chris.
And above me, around me, is Horror Happy Hour.
This is vodka. It makes the world better.
Whipped cream vodka.
But we must state that we do not condone underage drinking. And for anyone that is watching this that is not 21, you cannot have a shot. But you can cheer with us.
Don't do this at home.
Yes. And with that,
cheers.
Cheers. So, today we're going to be reviewing Red, White, and Blue.
Red, White, and Blue.
And as soon as this guy comes back from that,
Holy
he's going to tell you who directed it and such.
Written and directed by Simon Rumley. Simon Rumley did The Living and the Dead.
The Living and the Dead.
I don't know if you saw it, but that's what he did. It's starring Noah Taylor, Amanda Fuller, and one of my favorite independent actors working at the time,
Mark Center, a.k.a. Ray Pie. For those of you that have not seen The Lost, you need to go and see The Lost.
Based on the Jack Ketchum novel, but that's not what we're reviewing here.
Yeah.
But he did a fantastic job. Great actor in Cabin Fever 2. He's also in I Know Who Killed Me. I didn't see that. Maybe you did.
I did.
No, you know?
Yes, I did.
No. It had that that slutty
Lohan.
shit. There it is.
Lindsay.
Yes.
Of the Lohans.
Made Long Island look bad. Not that that was hard.
So, this movie was basically based on Erica, who is Turbo Slut 2011. We're not in 2012 yet.
Yeah, but since the movie was in 2010, let's call it let's call her Turbo Slut 2010.
Okay.
Turbo Slut 2010.
Turbo Slut 2010. She pretty much will fuck anything, pulse or not. Doesn't really matter. I don't think too much to her.
She'll fuck anything. Hairy, ugly, and shit like that. As long as it's got something that represents a mushroom and shit like that, she's on that shit. She's in that shit like a motherfucking Smurf.
Yeah. Yeah, she giving away to everybody.
She
But there is motives to that, which we will not give away. You will learn later on in the movie, which we highly recommend that you go and see.
Yeah, and watching the movie and shit like that with Crystal is an absolute fucking mistake because Crystal decides that she's going to lay the entire plot out for you 5 minutes in, not because she's seen it, not because she's read anything on it, just because she has that kind of women's intuition, that weird insight that says, oh, by the way, Dave, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and shit.
We also have to give a big shout out to Donna, who actually gifted us this movie.
Yes, Donna sent us this movie.
You fucking rock, because this was probably
rock.
one of the best movies we've seen in the past couple of months.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Taxidermy and kidnapping.
It was fucking fantastic, and we really, from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you very much for giving this to us.
Exactly. From the bottom of our alcohol-drenched hearts, we thank you, Donna. You get 4 thumbs up. Fuck that 2 thumbs up.
That's a lot of thumbs.
That's a whole shitload of thumbs.
So Erica is basically fucking her way around the state of Texas.
She's basically fucking and
eventually she has,
as indicated by the giant fucking Texas like
symbol
tattoo
on Mark Center's chest.
Yeah. By the way, Mark Center and shit like that, the entire movie looks like Matt fucking Stone from South Park, and he's got these feather earrings. Do you see the earrings? Do you see the earrings? Who the fuck in this day and age wears feather earrings like this? I have no idea, but when they got...
I, in fact, have the same feather earrings, so let this little guy over here tell you the feather earrings are out, because let me tell you, I wear these all the time, and I happen to really like them. If you look
like a hot chick like Chris and shit like that, feather earrings, all you want and shit like that. Shit, you can have the whole fucking Cherokee tribe symbol on your ears for all I care. If you look like Matt Stone from South Park, maybe the whole feather earrings things is a little beyond.
Well, don't worry, because he gets them ripped out at some point. And we're all like, yeah.
Can I tell you on shit like that I have never cheered so much for somebody having earrings ripped out of their fucking head?
Okay, so let's get back to the plot now.
Okay, let's get back to the plot. Turbo Slut 5000.
Yes, she meets up with Nate.
Oh yeah, he looks like a nice guy.
Who is basically admitting to being like some sort of kind of serial killer, or at least sanctioned serial killer by the government.
You find out he's an interrogator, or was an interrogator for the military.
For the military.
Loves his job.
He tells her this whole story about how when he was younger, he basically killed his sister's parakeet, and he got in trouble for it, and to punish him, his mother gets him this kitten, which he takes uber good care of, and nothing in the world means as much to him as this fucking kitten. And he views Erica the same way he views this kitten.
Now let's think about his punishment for a minute. He kills an animal. Let's get him another one. That's fantastic punishment. Oh, this serial killer kills prostitutes. Let's get him a few prostitutes, throw him in a trailer together. Let's see what happens. Throw him in a bed.
She wanted to teach him to be kind to animals. Anyway, so
Anyhow.
Erica meets Mark Center by having a devil's three-way, which then mysteriously turns into a four-way with another dude.
The movie starts off, by the way, with this three-way
Yeah.
and shit, turned four-way. I don't even know where this dude came out. He just dropped out of the sky like, hey, by the way, I'm naked, and here we are. Let's just go ahead and do this.
We're really animated because we're kind of drunk.
Yeah.
So,
This is like, I don't even know how many takes this is now.
Frankie, Mark Center's character,
Big Dick Frankie,
Big Dick Frankie,
as indicated by the wall.
because
in his
of
house.
mitigating circumstances, decides he needs to take some revenge on Erica. But in the interim of him taking revenge, he decides that, well, fuck it, let's get married.
That totally looks like a yes, right?
She
I
says
want
no. She says no. She's like, absolutely not, I'm not marrying you. And he,
The shit hits the fan.
yeah, the
every
shit hits the
fucking
fan.
Spoiler deleted.
Dude, that's like a spoiler. Come on.
Ooh, my bad.
I'm gonna edit that out.
He doesn't kill her. He buys her a puppy.
Yes, he buys her a puppy
Lots of puppies.
and then kills them.
So there is like a lot. This movie was fantastic in the sense that everybody was a victim and everybody was a bad guy.
No, she meets a kindred spirit in this in Noah Taylor's character Nate,
Yes.
because he sees, or rather, he sees a kindred spirit in
her.
They see a kindred spirit in each other and shit like that. She doesn't fuck him like she fucks every other dude in the state of Texas and shit. By the way, I don't know if she has a phone number, but if you're in Texas,
I gotta say that Erica and Nate really sold these roles. So, well, everybody really sold their roles.
Yeah,
But
everybody
they,
did fantastic.
especially, like, I don't know, like, they
Because
really
there's no
did
gore,
such a spectacular job.
because there's no gore, the acting really is what sells the entire
absolutely.
movie. Sells the entire movie.
In fact, the on the back of the DVD it says that there's no gratuitous images, and they really don't lie about that. There isn't a lot of gore, so gorehounds, like, we're warning you in advance, this might not be the movie for you, but we highly suggest seeing it because it was so story driven and so
don't even
fucking
notice.
well thought out.
Yes.
You don't care
You don't even
that
care.
there is no gore. There is gore in the
Towards
toward
but
the end,
but not like.
but like I
gore
said,
gore.
it's not like fucking ASF, you know, where
You
like
don't need the gore and shit like that
Not
because
gore.
you feel the tension, you feel
Yeah.
everything that's happening to these characters, these well-played characters, from the soul to the tip of your ass.
yeah. I don't know. This was a fantastic movie. It was so. I feel terrible because we can't give too much away
The
without
whole
really
movie,
spoiling
plot,
it.
as the plot progresses, it's progressed in like it progresses in reveals and spoilers and whatnot. So
Yes,
like
we
spoiler
can't-
after spoiler after spoiler. Well, what we would call spoilers.
Yeah,
and
we
shit.
can't really tell you. So just
Other
know
than-
that because we're telling you that this is a good fucking movie, you will enjoy the shit out of this.
You have
It's
two different
crazy.
stories. You have Big Dick Frankie's story, and then you have Amanda Fuller's story with Nate. And eventually, the two combined in like the most fucked up way possible.
Yeah, yeah, really, seriously.
Seriously, the most fucked up
Because
way
Nate is a
possible.
crazy motherfucker.
As indicated by the baseball bat.
Nate is out of his goddamn mind.
Erica is a crazy motherfucker as well.
Everybody's
And
like
Mark
she said.
Center is like the quintessential nice guy.
Except for when he jerked off into that dude's burger. But we gotta cut Big Dick Frankie some slack because his mom's dying in the hospital from cancer.
Yeah, everybody's a victim, and everybody's a murderer.
Yep. So,
Every single person is done perfectly like that.
yeah.
And I think that that's what Simon Rumley does in his movies, because I'm pretty sure that that's what happened with the living and the dead. Was nobody was really evil.
Yeah, no, none of these people are evil. They all had circumstances in their life that created them to become sort of kind of monsters.
Monsters and victims.
So, you feel bad for Erica Amanda Fuller's character. You really do when she finally tells her story and why she's doing what she's doing. But in the same way, you hate her.
You fucking hate her for what she does, and then you're like, oh, blah blah blah, Nate, and then all of a sudden Nate does something, and you think he's fucked up, and Big Dick Frankie and shit like that, and you think that he's fucked up and shit like that for what he does and shit
Yeah.
like that. And eventually,
But-
everybody's fucked up.
But like I said, they all have redeeming qualities.
They do.
They have such redeeming qualities that you're like, I can...
But in real
It's
life,
such a
that's how
fine line. Yeah, in real life,
that's
like,
how
everybody's
people
a
are.
monster and everybody's a victim.
everybody has good and bad qualities.
Yeah, so I would personally give this a 9 out of 10.
There are certain, I mean, this movie is just, it's fantastic on just so many different levels, and it's a type of movie that's subtle, and it's like, you're not going to pick up everything the first, there are questions that go unanswered.
Yes, yeah.
A lot of questions that go unanswered. There's specifically one question that I'm not going to go into, but there's one question that I kept asking myself, we kept asking each other and shit like that, like, did this actually happen, did this person, like, yada 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 yada.
Yeah.
it concerned this girl.
You'll know what we're talking about.
But in life and shit like that, there are questions that just go unanswered.
Absolutely.
There really are.
But I would have to say that I would give this a 9 out of 10.
I would absolutely give it a 9 out of 10. It's slow, okay?
Yeah.
Stick with it.
And
I
the reason-
fucking promise you.
It has a payoff.
It will absolutely, like, the first, like, I'd say, like, half, almost like 3/4 of the movie and shit like that is slow. But once it gets to that 1/4 at the end, that 1/3 at the end, like, I say the first 2/3 of the movie are slow. But you're kind of, like, developing the characters for what happens in that 1/3 at the end.
Absolutely.
That 1/3 at the end is really what makes this movie so fucking powerful and shit like that, that I actually had to drink whipped cream fucking vodka before I did this review.
I'm only deducting 1 point for the simple reason of, like, even though it is, the point of the movie was not to show much gore, I really think a little more of it could have been necessary in it.
We
just
love gore.
to kind of, like, nail the point home.
Yeah, it would have, if it had, like, more, it had titties. It had titties, like, ad infinitum.
Yeah, it had a lot of man ass.
A lot of man ass.
Man
and
ass
shit.
is your
Dude,
thing. You're going to be a happy motherfucker after you see
You'll
this.
be one smiling motherfucker.
But, that's the only reason I'm deducting the point, because everything else in this movie was pretty much done perfect.
It really was. It
So,
really,
I kind of feel bad for giving it only a 9.
yeah, no,
but,
it really deserves a 10 out of 10. It really does, but it was slow.
Yeah, I'm not a
You
big fan of
have
slow
to stick
burns.
with it. You really, really have to
Yeah.
stick with it. It is really just that fantastic. And it does something at the end that I fucking love when horror movies, any movies do and shit like that. At the end, when the cast comes up, there is
There's
none of
no
this-
music.
There's no music.
It's completely silent. It
You
just
are
ends.
left. You are just left with this hole, with the emotion,
Yeah.
with the horror that this movie brought upon you.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely neuter and spay your turbo whores.
Yeah,
Because you're doing yourself a favor, trust me.
the shitstorm that comes with them, the collateral damage that comes with it and shit like that is irreparable.
But you will, like the other reason that I'm going to deduct a point is because, for me, I guessed the entire plot
5 minutes in!
No, not even, in the 2-minute mark.
Dude, the first sex scene and
I'm
shit
gonna
like that.
have-
She was
yeah.
like, first sex scene and shit like that. She was like, this is gonna happen, and this is gonna happen, and this is how it's gonna pan out, and it's gonna eventually gonna lead to this.
Unpredictability, I have to at least minus 1 point. But seriously, don't let that stop you. It was a fantastic movie, and even though I was guessing the entire plot 2 minutes in, doesn't matter because it was such a good movie
So
and so
powerful.
well thought out
So
and
powerful.
so meaningful
Yeah, fantastic.
that doesn't
movie.
matter. So
Don't even fucking rent this movie.
yeah, buy this book.
Fucking buy this movie. You need to own it. You need to watch it more than once.
And once again, thank you so much, Donna. That was the sweetest thing ever, and
It really
we
was.
really
It
do
really-
appreciate it.
it
'Cause
was, yeah,
this
seriously.
was just a fantastic movie.
It really was. It was so sweet of you and shit. It really was.
So with that, peace out, because Dave's drunk and he's just gonna keep rambling.
Yeah, I still got like fucking, I don't even know how many reviews to do after this and shit
Jesus
like that. Alright,
Christ,
tanks in.
Anyway,
It's gonna be like 7 shots in, I'm gonna be like, Orphan killer!
so
He killed
thank you,
Orphan! I'm sorry.
thank you for watching. We
I'm so
appreciate
sorry.
it.
I
Have a good
apologize.
one. Peace.
This one gets 4 thumbs up. Both the movie and Donna.
Okay, you need to stop now.
Okay, what? I'm sorry. Jesus, holy smokes. She was like, I'm gonna cut you off. How dare you.
This review was like 18 minutes long.
No, it was only like 16 minutes long.